very warm welcome to my YouTube channel, Living with Spice. I'm Rebecca Gabrielle. I'm going to be doing a card reading today for Sagittarius, and this is for the first week of November. So that's the 1st of November through to the 8th of November. Sagittarius, you know, I know it's been an interesting month during October. We finally get to November, and it is going to be about starting to see progress now. There are still things that we are healing from, but transformation is definitely kicking up. So let's dive in to see what's happening. It's a general reading. If you'd like a specific reading for your circumstances, please contact me. My details are in the description box below. Let's see what Spirit has to share with you to help you through the next week. Hi Sagittarius, thanks for joining me here for your card reading for the first week of November. Apologies, I'm a little slow getting it up for first week, but here we go, we're going to dive in. So let's see what Spirit has for you. Interesting, we've got Archangel Michael and Archangel Ariel in your reading this morning. Now I've started with the Angel Power Tarot deck this morning, not something I normally do. So we have the Three of Michael. So this is the first card in your reading, and it's all about releasing the past. So whatever it is that you may feel that you're hanging on to at the moment, and I'm going to suggest it's mental and emotional things, strongholds that keep reoccurring and holding you back. They're causing like a blockage for you to prevent you from getting into the flow of getting things done, moving into your life and making progress. It just keeps cropping up all the time. So, you know, Archangel Michael is encouraging you to let this go. Whatever it is, where if you keep focusing your attention on this particular area of your life, person or matter or situation, it's going to keep interrupting the flow for you in your own life. So Archangel Michael is saying, look, it's best that you redirect your attention elsewhere and just allow time to heal you and help you to redirect your attention so that you are feeling more positive and progressive in your life and on purpose as well. It's followed by the Ace of Michael, which is you starting to get back into your mojo. It's all about you having a new idea, feeling the inspiration, and, you know, a beautiful and gentle reminder, don't let the bumps in the road hinder your progress. So it's a great card to follow, the Three of Michael. So it's about clearing up communication problems with others and really getting started, using this Ace energy, which is a new beginning energy, to really formulate ideas, give you that momentum, get into whatever it is that you know you're supposed to be focusing your attention on at the moment. And even if we have those bumpy days, the stormy clouds, keep going. Don't let that stop you. We all get those things that kind of hold us back sometimes, but you're onto a really good thing, Sagittarius. So keep that momentum going and think about the protective energy and the power behind Archangel Michael, who is there to support you and to clear the obstacles for you. So all you need to do is tap into the spirit of Archangel Michael and ask for his assistance to help you focus your attention and clear away the obstacles, release the things that are holding you back, and just go for it. King of Ariel and Two of Ariel are the next two cards. This is fabulous. It's now confirming that beautiful energy I'm sensing that you're in at the moment. This is all about having successful, stable, accomplished energy. You're in your power zone, as you would expect with a king, the king's energy. Now, the message in this card is that your plans are working out really well for you right now. Professional and financial success is there. So keep going. Use your resources wisely. As you're getting new ideas, which the Ace of Michael reminded us, act on them. Act on them, plan, use these ideas to build your projects, your business, whatever it is that you're focusing on. Use these ideas and put them into action, because there's confirmation here that this is going to bring you success, especially over a period of time. And when we're building strong foundations, we want to know that they're built on something that is stable and and based on you planning well and using your resources wisely. So that is the message of this card for you. Let's continue with the Two of Ariel card. Okay, so this is a reminder it's important to have balance in your life. Okay, so if you feel like your attention is scattered at the moment, and sometimes we can go into overwhelm when we're working on multiple ideas, working with multiple projects. So do what you can to get yourself organised so you don't go into overwhelm, and that you even sit down with a planner for the day and for the week. Work out where you're going to place your attention, and so that it's evenly across the board, okay? And this is not just about your business, it's about your health, it's about factoring in rest time, factoring in time with those special people in your life as well. Make work fun. What can you do to bring a little bit of vibe into what you are doing to help you along in terms of keeping your inspiration high and your energy high? So it's about enjoying life. And can I just note that in this picture here with the king, he's got a big happy smile on his face, and he certainly is enjoying his life. So he's working hard, but he's being successful. He's planning, preparing, taking action where he needs to. And in this card, it's all about balancing. When we balance, we also create clarity, we reduce overwhelm, and we also give ourselves that opportunity to step into a more creative space. When we're balanced, we don't feel stressed, and so we've got space to think about things and be creative. We allow that space to bring the ideas in. So making work fun, seeing things from a different perspective is certainly going to help you during this first week in November. All right, what else do we have for you, Sagittarius? Thank you, Spirit. What else is coming up for Sagittarius? It's actually a really good start to the week, Sagittarius. So as long as you sort of stay focused, plan and prepare your week, act on your ideas, you're going in a really good direction. Okay. So we've got Archangel Gabriel, which is all about communication, and then we've got some major arcana cards here. So the Five of Gabriel, all right, there's a little bit of a challenge that comes up for you, something you need to problem solve. If it's to do with communicating with others or a miscommunication, the advice to you is to step back from the fray, step back from any drama that's going on, any argy-bargy conversations. Have a little bit of patience with yourself and those around you. It's, the Five of Gabriel, it's just a moment in time. These things happen. It may be that you and this other person are not on the same page and there's some miscommunication. Check in with your energy, pull back, step away from the situation to allow things to settle before you respond. And just remember, patience never hurt anybody. It certainly is going to help you and help the other person if you just let everything simmer down, and in that way you can come back to review the situation and see how things can be looked at from a different perspective, or perhaps information delivered in a different way. And certainly that beautiful listening skill goes a long, long way. We have the Magician card here, which is about you being in the energy of the Magician, which is the message is you can manifest whatever it is that you are intending. The energy that you give, the love, the passion, the inspiration that you give your projects, that energy is what helps you to create what you're focusing on. So this is a beautiful reminder from Spirit that this is the energy you're in, this is the capability that you have. Use this beautiful energy. And I love the fact that it's come underneath the Ace of Michael, which is like taking those ideas and really running with it and actioning those ideas, whatever it is that you can do to improve the idea, improve communication, because in the traditional tarot, this is an Ace of Swords card, I think. Ace of Swords, not sure, but anyway, we'll keep going. And so it's all with the same flavor here, and that is about you starting to see magic happen because of how you've invested your time and energy and your intentions. So success is starting to happen, which is fabulous. Great encouragement for your efforts. The Three of Gabriel. Okay, so now we can see you're starting to reap the fruits of your labour, and the harvest is coming in. So prosperity arising from wise planning is the message here. Take time to take the next step. Okay, optimistic plans that turn out as expected. Well, because you have been well prepared and you have been doing the do, you are now going to see your ships come in. So that means that progress is starting to happen. So well done to you, Sagittarius. Very encouraging. You're definitely on the right path here. The decision card. Okay, Archangel Jophiel. So, all right, this could also be the Judgment card. I'm just trying to remember for the traditional tarot. The message here is release yourself from the things that are holding you back. I love this picture of here of the doves being let loose out of the cage. Whatever is preventing you from spreading your wings and being your unique self and just going for it, you need to let go of. So it may be the way you're thinking about something. It may be that you're causing your own restrictions because you're telling yourself that you couldn't possibly do X, Y, Z. Now's the time to believe in what is possible and to focus on that rather than to focus on the obstacles. So it's all about you needing to relax, detox from your mental anxiety, do things that are going to free you up. So if you're into your physical fitness or you like to meditate and have some quiet time, do what it is that you can to help you relax in your mind by relaxing your body, and that's going to help you detox on many levels. And it's also good advice here is to, just avoid unnecessary worry. It's really coming from a place of fear and a lack of confidence, and that's how we get ourselves into overwhelm. And that's never been a good friend for anybody because it just blocks your progress. So a really good time to just release from anything that's holding you back. I just want to say that we need to be accountable for ourselves and how we hold ourselves back. So what kinds of things in your life are holding you back? Is your routine not optimal for you to make some progress every day? Is it the way you are thinking about your abilities? Are you concerned that you're not good enough? It's these kind of things that you have control over, the way you think and what you do in your life. And that's step number one, is to examine those things and go, okay, if I'm not in the flow here and if I'm feeling held back in this area, how can I do it differently today? Just pick one or two things and do that differently today, and you're going to find it just releases everything. So let's keep going, Sagittarius. See what else. Great advice here for you. You're on a roll. I do feel you are on a roll. So this little matter here is just a wobble. That's all it is, just a wobble. You're on the right track here. Do what you can to stay in the flow and keep actioning those beautiful ideas that are coming through. Yes, wonderful. And you do. Good on you. Okay, so we have the Ten of Gabriel. So being proactive about creating balance in your life is really important. So let's come back to the original message of making sure that you have balance in your life. Balance in how you're managing your time and your energy so that you can stay on top of your game and feel inspired and allow the energy to flow. When you are working too hard, nose to the grindstone, and you haven't created balance, that's when we start to feel exhausted mentally, emotionally and physically. So the Ten of Gabriel lets us know you've kind of been burning the candle at both ends. So now's a really good time. If you know that you've got a lot on your plate, who can help you? Who's in your team? Who can you invite in your team, so to speak, to give you a hand, to lighten the load? Don't be bashful in asking. This is what progress is all about. This is what valuing what you're doing this is how you value what you do, is by making sure that your time and your energy is balanced. And you know, when we ask someone for help, we're also letting them know that we value their assistance. And you know, there's always multiple reasons, so please don't do the guilt trip on yourself or put up those barriers that you tell yourself, no, I can't possibly. There's always a workaround. So have a think about that. You are probably expending too much energy trying to spread yourself too thin and help too many people. You need to bring it back to yourself. You need to remember this beautiful, wise advice of balancing things in your life. So if you are giving way too much time to other people right now, you need to kind of pull back and say, well, hang on a minute. If I don't give to myself and if I don't take care of my own needs, then I'm going to empty my cup and I'm not going to have the progress and success that I need. So that is a very important message for you, Sagittarius. The High Priestess card is next, and this is letting us know you have the ability to tap into your intuition, and perhaps you need to do this a little bit more often and to trust this about yourself. When things are starting to come up that are niggling you and you just know that you're not putting your focus where you're meant to be, trust the intuition, trust the nudges that are coming to you. You're having some very powerful insights at the moment as to what are the right choices to make, decisions, next steps. So, you know, in order to sharpen that sensory acuity or intuition, just go and spend a little bit of quiet time, write down a few notes, be in the stillness to allow your mind to settle and to encourage, you know, your imagination to start flowing, and you'll find that the answers are going to come to you, and you start to feel a sense of ease, and you'll come back to your center again. Okay, overwhelm disappears and you'll come back to your center, and it's all going to start to flow again. So, you know, trust in yourself. Trust what you know is right for you, but you've got to create the space to receive the information and then to process it. We next have the Emperor card. So I love the energy of the Emperor here, the Archangel Uriel. It's in this deck, a very positive energy, very stable, very grounded. This is you taking charge of a situation. This is you truly putting to the forefront your plans for your future. And, you know, as you are planning for your life and doing such a great job of it, you are always going to be positively influencing and impacting other people. So remember, as you invest in you, you are also investing in others too, Sagittarius. So this is you adopting that Emperor energy and recognizing the value of balance in your life, bringing back your energy to you to focus on your projects, to manifest, this is the Magician, remember, the brilliant ideas that you have. And when you do this, you attract success coming your way because you have been diligent in being planned, organized, balancing your life, and this creates stability and efficiency in your life. Can you see how all of these cards are working together like a beautiful, smoothly operating machine? And that's how you can be, Sagittarius. We know that you're super busy once you get into the flow of things. The Eight of Gabriel lets us know that there's a great deal of activity going on. Check out all the birds in the sky here. A lot of activity. And as a result, results are coming in. So as a result of that activity, a lot of communication is coming in, and things requiring your action. But it may mean that if you're running your own business, that business starts to pick up and you've got to start responding to the clients, the customers, inquiries, whatever it is. But it's all good. But your preparation and planning, of course, makes it easier for you to manage and cope with this increased activity, which is fabulous. All right, let's see what Spirit would like to offer you next in terms of any insights to help you along the way. I'm loving the read so far. It's pretty clear as to what you need to do and how you go about your week. Yeah. Just be careful if you're thinking, Sagittarius. We've got the Deception and Envy card here. It's kind of an annoying energy. because it's a distraction, and when we start comparing ourselves with other people, it truly can mess us up, you know, in terms of our energy. If I could find the card, it would be wonderful. Here we go. Okay. All right, now this is very interesting because this comes to you as a warning card. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. So there's sometimes there are individuals in your life or conditions in your life that aren't really exactly as they seem. So notice how this person has got a mask on. It means that there's something not 100% revealed to you at the moment. So in terms of the people that you are around you at the moment, or the people you may be working with, are they telling you everything that you need to know? Are they being 100% transparent with you? So in terms of business, just make sure that you have all of the necessary information so that you are understanding all of the facts before you, so that you know you have clear communication with this person or persons. You've worked very hard, okay, and you don't want others to take away from what you have built up here. So you know, some people may be envious of what you are building, and they may try to, you know, steal information or not be completely upfront with you. So this is just a red flag. I'm not saying it's definitely happening, but you know, Spirit is just giving you a warning. Just watch out, because some people have different agendas. Yeah. It can also, the card can also represent a time of sudden and unexpected changes when the plans that you're working on may not exactly work out the way you had envisaged. So it's always good to have a plan B as a fallback strategy for anything, okay? So, you know, if finances are not there for you, or the setup you have for your business with extra help, because there was a moment here when there was the suggestion to get some extra help here when you're overworking here. Just make sure that the help that you're hiring or asking for is there for the right reasons and people that you can trust. So just be prepared. Are there any other areas in your life that you need to dot your I's and cross your T's, Sagittarius, just to make sure that you have all the information you need and you don't get any yucky surprises come your way? All right, let's take a look at the Wisdom of Oracle deck to see what else can be shared for you. That's a good heads up, that card. Good to know. When we're super busy too, we can sometimes, in order to relieve the pressure, we can have a tendency to make quick decisions that are not well thought through. So just make sure that, you know, as you are requesting help from others, that you're very clear about the terms and conditions on which that person is helping you, especially for business. If it's personal, just be clear about what you're expecting, you know, perhaps the time. Just articulate clearly what you're thinking rather than assuming they know what you're talking about or what you're needing. So yeah, with clear communication we can often avoid a lot of these little pitfalls. All right, thank you, Spirit. What else do we have for Sagittarius? Well, that's interesting. The Y card came up, and this is all about just checking in with yourself about your motivations around what you're doing. In terms of your preparation and planning for the future, be very clear about the purpose of what you're doing. So the communication is not only clear to yourself, you're understanding why you have certain motivations. It's also good for other people too, having that clarity. Let's see what else. So be clear about why you're asking for help. Be clear about the purpose of what it is that you're doing, and also be clear about the long-term vision for yourself. So sometimes we can just run with what's immediately in front of us, but if we're not understanding the higher purpose or the higher reason for why we're doing something, we can kind of get distracted and waste our energy in different areas. So it's important to understand the bigger picture of why you're doing something, what it is that you're creating, what you want as the long-term outcome. So that's really important. Spend a little bit of time with pen on paper and go, well, why am I doing this? And what do I ultimately want from this in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be for you. This really, also when we get really clear on why we're doing something, it also powers up our energy and our focus on what we're doing. So it helps us to be even more efficient and more productive and more focused on our task, our project, our career, whatever it is. As we get that clarity, it makes it so much easier to go for what it is that we want and be more efficient with our time and energy. So with regards to relationships, there's a relationship message here now. So sometimes we don't always know why we engage in relationships in the way that we do. Mostly because our feelings are not logical and we don't stop to sort of really analyse or assess it. But Spirit is saying now is a really good time to recognise whether you are being triggered in your relationship with someone, or if your behaviour is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. So if there's been some difficulties in communication with a special someone, so we have here, remember, the 5 of Gabriel, where there is a bit of a problem with communication, a little bit of a challenge that comes up and you're finding you're having to be patient. Perhaps this is a really good time to check in with why you're feeling triggered and why the communication is not working out. What hasn't been resolved that just keeps coming back to repeat, that you need to think about for yourself how you're viewing the situation, and what is it that you need to do about it. Ask yourself, why are you feeling like this, and why did you say whatever, and why did you respond in the way that you did. So if you're finding that you're losing your patience with someone and you're just not vibing, or you're both sort of having a bit of conflict, just pull back. Don't make it about them. Just pull back and think about how you can perhaps understand yourself better, why you are saying and doing what you're doing. And also listen to your intuition. You've got a deep knowing around the situation and yourself. So this is going to help you to understand it and also understand others. Don't just come at it from your head and argue with words. Step away and think about your feelings. Tap into your feelings is what I want to say, because that's really going to give you some very helpful information. At the end of the day, we all want to have, harmony, and we want to feel loved. So just remember that. And we are all responsible for meeting our own needs, of course, and for feeling loved. It's not about what someone else gives us, it's how we are owning that for ourselves. Now, the message in this card in terms of prosperity, and this is a nice big reading, this one, is knowing why you're doing what you're doing with your career or your creative ventures. It's a really great time to ask some probing questions. So if it's to do with your career or a business, you may want to check in with your vision and your mission statement. Do you understand what the vision is for what you're doing? Do you understand the purpose every day? Why are you getting up and doing it? That's your mission. Are you driven by a desire to serve, or is it all about being able to have a prosperous life? What is your purpose? What is your purpose? Do you need to make money and acquire things for the future? So it's not about whether judging your motives are good or bad. It's just about understanding them for yourself, so that you're very clear about what you're doing. So at the end of the day, it's about creating clarity. It's about honouring your truth and being very clear about that. So there's nothing there. Nothing's hidden in terms of why you're doing what you're doing. When we're very clear, then life is simple and we can move forward without any complications. All right, I think we're doing pretty well for your reading, Sagittarius. Let's just finish off with a message from the Spirit Messages deck here for you. Thank you, Spirit, for your guidance for Sagittarius in this week. What else do we have for a final message? There's too many there. There we go. Take a moment. Ah, how perfect. Okay, so the message is, now's not the time to rush into a decision that you're about to make. So it's like slowing it down. Before the important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quieten your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. So it's just, coming back to that stillness again. I just saw this decision card as well, so making decisions when you're in overwhelm or when you're feeling pressured, rushed for time, pressured by money, quite likely you won't have clear judgment. And so that is not the energy in which to be making a decision. So, take a moment to step back and to pause, to give yourself that time and space and capacity to relax. Check in with your motives as to what you ultimately want to achieve, okay? What is the outcome that you're going for? Why are you doing what you're doing? Take a bit of time to think about it before you make your decisions and before you rush in. That seems to be excellent advice to finish your reading. So I love that. Let's just see if there's anything else here that I might be able to add for you. Yeah, it's just about having patience. So Sagittarius, you are a fire sign and you do have a tendency to have a lot of strong energy when you're all fired up about something, but just before you do something, just put a pause, have some patience, take a breather, and just tap into that divine guidance that's coming to you and just check in. Should I proceed with this decision? How do you feel about it? Do you feel grounded and centered? And how are we going to feel about the decision in 3 months, 6 months, or even a year from now? That's really important, okay? Especially for the big decisions that you're making. So check in with your inner guidance before you do anything. It's always great to have that extra assistance, that extra support. Have faith in yourself, faith in your own wisdom. Okay, that's really going to guide you well. So Sagittarius, that is your reading for the first week of November. I'm hoping that was really helpful to you. I think that was a great reading, Sagittarius, because it was very clear advice. You're on a really great path. You're doing a great job. So just maybe just watch the reading again and check in with some of those little flags to help you stay on track, to stay focused. You're in a good place here. You're making progress and you are going to have success, but there's a few little bumps there that you can help tweak so that your decisions are good, your energy is good, and you will have the successful outcome that you're hoping for. If this reading has been helpful to you, Sagittarius, please give it a thumbs up. Love it if you'd leave me a comment, and if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to do that. Click the notification bell and please let others know about these readings so they also can benefit in their life too. So that's YouTube, Living with Spice. I also post daily card readings on my YouTube channel and Instagram and my Facebook at Living with Spice. Take care, Sagittarius. Have a great week and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.